have to say that I'm super excited to have you here today, Maria, because you're going to shed light not only to our audience but also to me regarding AI. Because
Oh my God.
I'm somebody that I can see the value, but I'm also skeptical with the
Okay.
whole AI thing.
I will try and live up to your expectations, Alex.
Okay, so I have one very basic question, and please shed your light because I don't completely understand that. So uh, we have ChatGDP is the most famous AI
Yeah.
tool, right? It's the one that started the whole thing, and I think most of the users use ChatGDP.
Yeah.
The other sub products of AI,
Yeah.
do they have the same source? I mean, the source that provides all this information, it's the same or are different sources?
I'm going to say different sources, but I'm not an expert in AI, so I can't like answer that where it's coming from. But yes, I think each provider creates their own AI. Then they need to feed the information to it. So I guess that it's coming from different sources and probably from the internet and other places like that. But I'm no expert. I could not answer that question, to be honest,
Oh,
Alex. You'll need to find somebody who's much more qualified
yes,
than me to
okay,
speak
okay.
about that.
Because I see a lot. Created on my browser a specific folder that I call it AI, and on
Mm,
this AI folder, I have various AI tools. I have
yeah,
ChatGPT, I have Perplexity,
yeah,
I have Ideogram,
yeah,
I have another one called Gamma. As far as I know, Canva has also AI.
yeah.
And I mean, if we stay now to the AI tools that are more, let's say, text oriented, like ChatGPT and Perplexity, why should I use something like Perplexity and not ChatGPT? What
I
could be
think
the
I
difference?
don't think they're exclusive. I think they complement each other quite well. I use both. I mean, they're tools at the end of the day. AI is a tool, and that's how I use it. I use AI like my as my personal assistant, and you just need to, depending what you need, use the right tools, right? So there's some that are better for there's a lot of there's the large language models one, which is like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Copilot. I can't remember all the
Yes.
ones there are, but those are the ones that are specifically going to help you, create, write stuff. I use ChatGPT for so many things, for to create reports, to create proposals, to help me brainstorm. I have conversations with it and bounce things off it to try and to help me think. But it's a tool, and so you have to use it as a tool. Perplexity is more like it's a sort of a Google, but better in the sense where it will go and find you. Google, you make a research and it gives you this list and list and list, and depending how things rank, you get at the top. It's not always the
Yes.
best answer to your question, where Perplexity actually goes and finds everything, you know, takes all the sources, gives you the best answer possible, and then also gives you the sources, where he's found the answers. So you actually get an answer to your question, and you get the sources that you can go and check where the answers come from, which is, time wise, it's a huge, you know saving time on scrolling on Google trying to find your answer is not something people will be doing anymore. Because
Yes. Well, what you say about Google, for me, the biggest challenge that I see on Google, and it's exactly what you are mentioning, is that, okay, you receive all this volume of information, but although that's the positive thing, that's also a negative because you cannot, I mean, how can you evaluate all this information?
yeah, and it's also, um, you can pay ads on Google. So
Yes,
the thing you're getting at the top is maybe not the best one for you, but it's the one that's either got the most hits or that's been paid or things like that. So where Perplexity is just going to go and find the best possible. Again, it's as good as you feed it. It's like all these AI tools is that as specific information and question you can ask them or prompts you give them, the best answer you're going to get. So if you're very specific of what you're looking for, they're going to go and find the answer that they think you're looking for. And these things are evolving very quickly. So with time, they're consuming more and more information. We're feeding them more and more information. And as you work with them, they learn what you want, what you like, what you're looking for. As Netflix, does. I mean, AI has existed, I think, since the 1970s or something. It goes back quite far. But, like Netflix will know what you like and start offering you choices of movies based on your previous views. It's the same thing. So your chat GPT and other things, you're feeding them information on what you're interested in, how you like to work, how you like to speak, how you write, and then it learns from that and it continues to evolve. And that's where this is incredible, because it's exponential. It's never going to end.
I saw I participated on a webinar on LinkedIn that was about you can on ChatGPT configure ChatGPT to write in your own style. So it's going to look the emails that you send and see your answers, and therefore answer also as if it was you, let's say, write in the same way you write. My hesitations is that, I mean, the way I write, it's not maybe the most correct way that I can write. Wouldn't that have like a negative effect on the outcome of the answer? But I mean, to write on my style, that is something that I also like, because what I always say is, when I write an email, I write the marketing emails that we send, I write them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big philosophy what I'm writing, but I have the feeling that if I put my heart, the way I write it,
it's transmitted
through the wire.
That's something AI can do, but you can use it to improve it. So I will write my own stuff, but I will then maybe throw it into ChatGPT and say, hey, can you review this email? Tell me how I could improve it while keeping the tone, and tell him what you want to keep and tell him what you like, and then he will come back and give you some suggestions and you can then decide yes or no, or oh, that's really good. And so it's, again, knowing how to use the tool for what your needs are.
But I have also to say, as to make like a little bit of critique on the technology, every time that I ask something that was to get essential information of use,
such as,
it most of the times declined to provide me this information for privacy reasons, or for, I don't know, it didn't go the extra mile.
So what, as an example, what are you?
Let me give you an example. I would say, if you were the company X and you wanted to target in the UK companies over 1,000 employees, which companies would you target, and which specific decision makers within those companies would you talk to? So that's a request that could save me tons of work.
Mm-hmm. So you're asking AI to give you those answers, to give you the names of the people, or to give you the titles of the people that you should be targeting?
Yes, it can give me the titles, I know that, but to go a step further, instead of me diving in on Sales Navigator to find the company.
But Sales Navigator does that for you if you give them the information, and it's an AI tool.
It does and it doesn't, because again, it does, but the bulk of people that you get will not be, not everything is correct, because I mean,
But
I understand that
that's not because of the AI. That's because of the info that's been entered, right? So often the people you're getting, you will target, okay, I want everybody who's a CEO of a company, let's say. There's lots of people on LinkedIn calling them CEOs, but are not the kind of CEOs you want to speak to, right?
yes,
So,
yes.
so again, it's because of the information that's been entered and the question that, the qualifications you've given them, that's going to bring up the wrong people. So either you need to be more specific on what you're looking for, or the data that they're looking for has to be correct, right?
The okay. Let me pause here a little bit. So the for me to evaluate who is the correct person, it needs a human eye,
Yeah,
which
always.
I want to say that maybe this human eye can be replaced from artificial intelligence if I give the exact
Yeah,
description. So I want somebody that is more than 6 months in the company. I
yeah,
want him to have a picture of him on his LinkedIn page.
yeah.
I want
This
to
kind of
the
title, this
I
kind of
mean
industry, this kind of location, countries,
the industry and exactly. So
size of company,
the geography, for
revenue.
example.
Yeah,
So there are a lot of criteria that I'm watching to find the proper person.
yeah,
I can put this criteria, but then we will have the problem that for reasons of privacy or whatever it can be, it's not going to provide that information.
is it because the information is not available?
The information is available, but it's not going to dive in and bring those people, the names of the people.
Why not?
You can test it and you're going to see.
No, because that's the whole purpose of Sales Navigator, right? In LinkedIn.
The sales navigator is going to show, but not ChatGPT. If you put that
Oh no,
question,
no, yeah. No, yeah. The ChatGPT won't be able to go in and get that information.
yes,
Because the information is in LinkedIn, and LinkedIn does not give access to ChatGPT
to
to, right?
ChatGPT.
So
Yeah.
so it depends where the information is stored. It has to be accessible to the AI that's looking for it. And that's why Sales Navigator, which is, I suspect, an AI tool as well, is the one you should use for that, because that's the one they created for it.
I don't know if you can say it's an AI tool because I mean,
I don't know. Maybe it's not. I may be wrong.
I don't see it as an AI tool. Now, if LinkedIn integrated AI on its platform, I don't know that. That's a good question to investigate a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but it was for me this kind of information. It would be very helpful to come with a list,
Yeah.
But no, it's
Yeah.
unavoidable to do the proper.
But
The
again,
work.
again, it's using the right tools for the right things. So this is
Exactly.
not the right tool for that. You have to use another one, and so it's about understanding, what each of these tools are and how you can use them.
The other thing that I want to ask you how you do it, because I see you using on your LinkedIn very nice pictures. Always you upload, you put a post that is accompanied with a very nice picture. Those pictures that you put are AI created.
I do them all in I do them all in Canva. I mean, no,
You did them by yourself in
I
Canva.
don't use the like Mid-Journey or stuff like that to create. I just do it all in Canva myself.
By yourself. You do them by yourself in Canva.
I'm the head of marketing of my company.
What was the other the tool that you mentioned? The that creates
Mid-Journey,
images. My
Mid-Journey,
Journey,
Mid-Journey. It's
Mid Journey. Okay,
one of the most popular, but there's quite a few now. I mean,
but I think Canva plays also with AI, but I don't know
Canva,
how.
yeah. Now Canva, you have so there is an AI tool on Canva as well. Now you can. I'd say if you want to go some really nice stuff, Mid-Journey does the better quality than Canva on the AI for the moment. But I mean, Canva is perfect for what I need, so I use it for that. But
Yes,
if you want to go and do like the really amazing images that you see some people posting, that's probably more likely Mid-Journey. But there's loads of new AI tools coming out every day, and I know there's a few more new ones that are out that do the same sort of stuff. So
I tried to use ChatGPT to create some pictures, and that was a disaster.
yeah, I don't think it's there yet.
The pictures, I mean, I don't know if it did it on purpose. I read also this joke once that when the robots are going to take over, they're gonna remember if you talk to them nice. So I'm trying to be polite with
Don't be
ChatGPT, and I
polite.
say, ChatGPT,
I've
please
given
can you?
ChatGPT a name.
Yes, I'm not very authoritarian with them, so
Yeah.
I'm treating them with a lot of politeness. But the outcome was disastrous. I mean,
Yeah.
was something that you could tell immediately that it was like AI created, and
Yeah.
it never fulfilled, like not even close. It came to what I wanted to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, it's like
We
you need to test it. I think it's really about depending what your needs are. So there's a lot of AI tools out there. You need to identify what your needs are and then find the one that, that does what you want. So, I mean, if it's just to make images for posts, Canva, the free version of Canva is good enough. I mean, you can do some really nice stuff with that. You just need to learn a little bit how to use Canva, and it's pretty easy.
Canva is a fantastic tool.
Yeah,
It's really fantastic what you
yeah,
can do with Canva.
yeah.
But also, again, it's all these things. They are very much time consuming, Maria.
Yep. Well, actually, so I have to say that all these things, I mean, I use AI has made me save so much time.
Yes.
I save an amount of time that's incredible thanks to it. And because of that, I don't need to have an assistant. I mean, all my appointments are taken care of AI. And anything I need to create that would normally take hours. I mean, even, I have client calls, it's all recorded and downloaded as summaries and next steps. Everything is done in a few minutes. I don't need to, I used to spend hours typing up our notes, after calls. I don't need to do that anymore. In a few minutes after the call, I can post it on the client's dashboard. They have it. Um,
How
you know,
you do that? Which tool is that?
yeah, absolutely. If I have meetings, I record my meetings on my phone, and then again I have a summary of everything with all the notes. I can then go in and
You upload the recording
analyze.
on ChatGPT and it writes a summary.
No, it does it automatically. For my calls, I do my calls on Zoom, and I have Fathom, which
Okay.
automatically records every call, and then gives me a summary immediately afterwards. And you can go in and click and see the exact piece parts of it. You can get the transcript. I mean, those are amazing tools that make you. And then the thing is also, then you can go back and analyze it. So if you're doing client calls, sales calls, you can go in and analyze the sales call. What went well? You can ask. You can create a prompt in ChatGPT that says, act as a sales, specialist representative, in whatever industry you are, and please analyze this call and tell me what went well, what didn't go well, what I could have done better. You can ask for how the client was reacting, what was his mood, what were the key words, were there things that he said that I should probably integrate. So I'll use it for proposals. Typically I will say, when I'm doing a proposal, I'll say analyze the call and tell me what I need to integrate into the proposal that the client really cares about, that's really important to them, to make sure I don't forget anything. And then I get it to create a proposal for me. It's incredible time saver. Of course, you then need to, it's like I said, it's an assistant. So you need to then check what's being done. You need to, put it in your words, make sure it's correct. As I would do with any assistant, I wouldn't let them just send out a proposal to a
Yes,
client
yes, of
or
course, of
checking it.
course.
So it's the same thing. So you just need to, and what takes the most time is like creating these prompts at the beginning. That things that you're going to be using over and over with clients and things like that. Once you've created them, you just reuse them over and over. And
What do you mean a prompt? So
so
what do you,
a prompt is the instruction that you're going to enter into ChatGPT. So
okay.
apologies, I'm getting over a cold. Sorry. I'm getting
You're not the only one, Maria. I had a very strong cold like
it's going around.
last week.
Yeah,
Yes,
everybody I'm speaking to, they're like, yeah, me too.
yes,
Um,
yes,
yes, so basically there's a way of creating prompts that are effective. Your prompt needs to be clear, it needs to be specific, you need to be, explain clearly what you're expecting from as an outcome, what you wanted to do, what kind of what kind of answer you'd like, how you want your answer to be formatted. Um, I mean, anything like that, like the kind of words you wanted to use or that you don't want it to use, the kind of
yes.
presentation you want, the things you wanted to look out for, maybe that are
Okay.
specifically important. So I have a bank of prompts that I've created for to help me write my newsletter. So like to brainstorm ideas on newsletters that content subjects that I'd like to do for my posts as well. I write them all myself, but you know after a few you need new ideas, so I have things to help me brainstorm. um I have, sorry, while I'm speaking to you, I'm just going to pull it up and tell you what I have on because there's so many things that you can do that and I'm nowhere near as developed, I mean, as other people are using this. Wait a second. Okay, so things like I'll get it to double check a contract, So I've recently had to sign some new contracts for my business and things like that. I'll get it to double check the contract and give me a key, a recap of everything, and if there's anything I should be looking out for, is there any hidden
Yes.
terms that I should be paying attention to? Um, I would have it create a business growth plan, a client satisfaction survey. I've used it to help me write my LinkedIn profile, to summarize documents, summarize calls, get feedback on a sales call. I mean, there's so many things you can do. There's
You mentioned before that you can also it takes care about also your bookings and your meetings.
Yeah.
How does it do that? You
So I have a tool called Calendly.
yes,
Calendly.
I have Calendly too.
Yeah, so that's Calendly. It does it all for me. You create it once, you put all your different appointments, and then I don't worry about it anymore.
Would you define that Calendly is an AI tool?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, what is the complexity on Calendly besides of looking in your calendar and booking the meeting?
Setting the meetings and moving them if needed, canceling them, rescheduling them,
Yes,
and sending emails to remind the clients. I mean, all that time that I have back that I don't have to do back and forth with my
yes,
clients.
yes, yes, yes. I
I
use
mean,
also
AI
Calendly, and
doesn't have
I
to be
find
complex.
yes. I don't know. Maybe I have. I think I have the misconception that AI is something very complex, while in reality it is not that complex. It's there to simplify life and tasks once you have
Yeah,
a basic understanding, right?
yeah, yeah. No, and and I think, yeah, there's lots of people that make it sound very complicated, but there are some people that are really good. There's one person that I totally recommend that I follow. I'm in her membership group because she's made AI clear to me on how I can use it in my
Yes,
business, and I totally recommend. Her name is Heather Murray, and she's on LinkedIn. She started AI for non-techie, and it's somebody who's not a tech person, but that decided to learn about how to use AI as a business owner and how to grow our business with it. And now she's teaching others how to do it, and she explains it in a very simple way for everybody that's
yes,
not in tech, and it helps them understand. And I've learned everything about AI from her, and she's always giving great tips, making things really simple. But she has courses. She has people coming in her membership that teach you about loads of different things. But she basically, it's for anybody at any level. You have it for beginners. You have for people that are further down, and she shares all her tips, the prompts, the tips, the hacks. The tools you can use in your business for day to day. And and I found her really helpful. So I totally
Heather
recommend
Murray is the name.
Heather. Heather.
Heather,
Heather Murray. Yeah,
and it's a lady, right?
it's a lady, a
Yes.
red-headed lady.
Okay, from Ireland, I guess.
I'm sure she has
She
some
has some
background
Irish in her.
there. She's in the UK, but I'm sure there is some
Yes,
Irish
yes, yes,
bloodline around there. Yeah.
yes, yes.
But yeah, I mean, I think one thing we all need to do is learn about AI. We need, because the
Absolutely.
reality is here. It's here to stay, and it can make our lives easier. It can, I speak to a lot of people that are like, "Ooh, I don't know," or I mean, I've heard about ChatGPT and all, but it's not just ChatGPT. There's so many more things that you can use AI for, and it's going to come into our lives. It already is, but in so many other levels that people need to start learning about it, because otherwise you're going to be totally lost in a few years. And
Absolutely.
I say that to my clients often, because I'm seeing that in corporate, they're not companies are not teaching their employees about it. And I'm telling my clients, I said, you need to go out and learn about it yourself, because in a few years there's a whole bunch of skills you've learned that won't be useful anymore, and you'll need to have these new skills to be able to live in this world with AI. And I think it's really important that people educate themselves, and it's our own responsibility as individual to do that, and not wait for your company to teach you how to do it, because the world is changing very quickly right now. And
Absolutely. But I catch myself often, Maria, that I forget to use that. I said, wait a second, I can use ChatGPT for that. I can ask a question and get
yeah,
an answer,
yeah,
right?
yeah, and you should play around, experiment, because so I've been like, typically I'm having to renew my medical insurance, and
Yes,
they've put out the prices like crazy again, and I'm like, oh no. So I've started looking around at others, and they all sent you these like huge
yes, yes,
documents that are so complicated. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all the documents they're sending me, I'm putting into ChatGPT, I'm creating prompts saying, okay, this is where I am, this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I need to find out, this is my situation. So I'm giving ChatGPT all the information, and I'm said, now I'm going to download all these different things. I'd like you to compare them all and give me like a comparison across board
yes,
on
yes,
the
yes.
price, on the services, and all, in one document. And then
That's amazing.
and it makes my life easier. And you can do that with anything, and I use it for so many things every day. I couldn't even tell you. It's like everything I'm going to do, I'm like, oh, let's see if I can do this in ChatGPT. And there's so much you can, and now you can talk to it. Another thing I did yesterday, which I hadn't done before, is I had a call with a client, and the AI didn't kick in and didn't record for some reason. And I realized that only at the end. And I was like, crap. And so I said to the client, I'm so sorry. I'll type up the notes. I made some notes on a piece
Yes,
of paper, and I said, I'll type up the notes as I remember. And so I went on to ChatGPT, and I said to ChatGPT, okay, I spoke to it. I said, this is what happened. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take everything I'm going to tell you, reorganize it in in a clear, structured way, so that I can send it to my clients. And I just said everything that I could remember of the call, and he just structured everything very clearly with an action plan for each thing we discussed. And I could send it, and like in 5 minutes, I was able to send it to my client.
but can you put on ChatGPT also a recording of your voice and
Yeah,
can
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah, and or I have another AI tool that uses Otter. So if I'm interviewing people, like for a client, something, I'm interviewing lots of people for
How is that called?
an
Author.
Otter, OTTER.
OTTER. Otter. Okay.
Otter. And so that's for recording conversations and things. You can do it on your computer, but you can also do it live.
Okay.
And so I use it mainly if I have an appointment, an interview with a client or something like that. And like one day I was interviewing 15 members of staff. I recorded it all, and then I just, put it up into ChatGPT and got them to streamline everything, give me a summary of each of the calls, and then analyze the different conversations. I mean, it's amazing what you can do. And something that would have taken me a week probably to do, to type up those notes, to analyze them, make a comparison, figure out what was what. It took
Of
me
course.
24 hours. I was able to send out a report the next day to the client. So it's really worth experimenting. And
Absolutely.
but I'll just say don't take everything it sends you, because it does, and
Yes,
there's
yes,
it
yes,
hallucinates. So you have to know it hallucinates. It sometimes makes up stuff. So if something doesn't seem right, you need to double check it and question it.
yes,
It will make up quotes and things like that. So again, you need to anything that it refers to a source or a study, you always have to go and ask for, okay, where did you find that information? It also hallucinates on numbers, so it doesn't know how to add up. If you ask it, big numbers, it doesn't know how to add up, and it will sort of. So you need to, anytime a number is involved, a time or anything like that, you
yes,
need to double
yes.
check what it's telling you. But once you know that, it's still an amazing tool, because the time it's saving me is incredible. So totally recommend to play around,
Amazing.
experiment.
Do you have any other tools to recommend?
What other tools do I use? So I use I use Fathom, which is the one that records the calls. And then, I use all the, like, for my
Which one
contracts,
is the one that records the calls?
Fathom on Zoom. So on Zoom,
Phantom.
Fathom, Fathom.
Phantom.
So
Okay.
Fathom, yeah, on Zoom. So you have,
Okay.
it's one of the apps on Zoom. So I
Yes,
have the paid version because I use it with my clients.
yes,
Uh,
yes.
Zoom is an AI tool. E-signatures. I do all my contracts online with clients. I don't have any paper contract. It's all e-signature. Again, the contract goes out, they chase it back and forth. I don't have to do anything. The contract comes back, it's confirmed, it's done. It's all these little things, added up. And then afterwards, you can get to the next level, which is automation, where you can start, linking things together. And, once your contract's signed, it's automatically sent into a folder. You don't have to do anything, and
Okay, okay.
and then into an Excel sheet that confirms that, the contract's signed,
Yes.
whatever,
Like
there's,
Zapier used to
yeah,
do things
exactly.
like
So,
that.
there's a lot of now, automation is the next big thing. And, combine AI and automation, and then now the AI bots. So that's something I need to learn about, but definitely want to find out more about AI bots and how I can use them in my business, because I think
AI box, what is that?
bots. So they're like, like bots you have online. So often you're answering a bot, and when you get a client service, and they have a little bot that comes up on the screen.
Okay, bot,
But,
yes.
but,
Bot.
it's my
Okay.
accent. So you can create now your own AI bots to, for loads of different things. So I want to learn more about that, because I feel like there's opportunities for me also to help my business. But there's a lot going on. So I think it's really important that people, take the time to find out more, learn about it, and, play around with it. It's about experimenting, testing.
Wow, I'm impressed, Maria. You made me very curious. Now I will spend the next couple of hours investigating the things that you talked about.
Yeah, you can create your business strategy, like your marketing. I like at the end of the year, I'll do my annual. I'll be like, okay, so I need a marketing strategy for next year. These are the things I'm thinking of doing, and I give them like clear instructions of the different things, and then it will spit me out a strategy for the year. Same for your business. You just need to be very specific in giving instructions. As more information you give it, the better the answers will be. And there's a lot of things like that you can make that used to take a lot of time, that were really complicated, that can be spit out in minutes. To write emails, now it's like I need to write an email to a client, or somebody sends me an email. I'll put the email into ChatGPT. Say ChatGPT now knows my tone of voice, so I've I've
Yes,
created my tone of voice guideline and everything, so he knows exactly how I speak and how I answer and this. And so I'll be like, okay, with my tone of voice, please answer this email, and they spit out an answer. Then I just go in and tweak it a little bit, but something again takes me a few minutes. Copy paste, boom, I'm answering emails very quickly. So it's all these little things that added up saves you hours and hours and hours a week,
absolutely.
and just makes your life easier.
Yes, 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 yes. No, I see a great potential, and also the automation, the bots, everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I really recommend looking up Heather and her
Yes,
AI for non-techies. She's on LinkedIn, and
she
she's
has like an online course, I guess.
It's a membership. So
Membership.
you join the membership, and then there's always new courses, new people that come
Yes,
in and talk, and about all the different, because there's so much new stuff coming out all the time. She keeps you updated on all the new
I
stuff.
will check it. It is
Yeah.
certainly with certainty.
And she analyzes, other people's, what she tests things, and she say, okay, so this week I tested this. There's things like Claude, which is another one that she really recommends for anything that's writing. If you want to use it for writing, maybe for your book, typically you're writing a book.
Yes,
You want
but the
to
thing,
use
yes,
AI
well,
to help you either bounce off ideas, test the different subjects. You can ask it to review and edit, correct the grammar, the language, and you can do it in all languages. I mean, that's the other thing. It's
yes,
like
yes.
multilingual.
Fantastic. Thank you, Maria. Thank you very much for all the information that you shared with us today. It was very revealing. I think
I'm far from being an expert, but I'm definitely
yes,
I'm definitely an amateur.
yes. No, it was super interesting for me. I found it super interesting, and a lot of value was added to this conversation.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so thank you very much, Maria, for all this. I make a lot of notes, so
I'm happy to send you an email behind. I'm happy to send you an email.
Information that you provide to us.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I'm happy to share also, an example of what a prompt is, so you can see what it is, and give you some ideas.
Maybe you can do that, and we can share it with all the audience that participated today in the call.
Sure. Happy to.
Yeah? Okay, fantastic.
Okay, and I'll share Heather's details as well. Like
yes, please.
Follow her.
It would be fantastic. We can share that with all the with the whole audience.
Okay, amazing.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.